How's it going, everybody? Combo here. Today we got 5 quick tips with the stun gun here on the light build. Whenever the stun gun gets brought up, a lot of people, start to argue like, no, it's useless after the nerf, no, it's way too strong. At the end of the day, I'm not here to play either side. I'm here to show you how to use it to its full ability, and hopefully, after learning how to use it correctly, you can formulate your argument in a way that doesn't just sound like crying. Anyways though, not here to yap in the intro, let's get right into it. Starting things out at number 1, we have the simplest thing possible, just generally how to use it. So I noticed way too often, right, when people are using the stun gun, I see them run at a target, they'll stop, and they'll aim down sights. Look at this reticle. You can't see shit, don't tell me you can. Just hit fire. As you see, if I'm sliding, if I'm jumping, if I'm doing anything, there are no penalties with this Hipfire reticle. So if I'm running up to a target, I'm not stopping and aiming down sights because now I'm moving slower, and especially on the light build, that's terrible because 1, you might get stun gunned, and 2, people are gonna gun you down. Run up to a target, slide, do whatever you want to do, hit them with the stun gun while hit firing, and maintain that momentum. There is no reason to be aiming down sights, so please, for the love of God, just hit fire the thing. Next up at number 2, we have the defensive stun gun. Now very typically the stun gun is solely used as an offensive tool, which is fine, it's good at hindering movement, you can't use your specializations or your gadgets while you're stunned. However, as we'll get into later more in detail, sometimes there are a ton of benefits to using your stun gun on that second target, aka trying to be sneaky and getting the jump on somebody so you can save it. Because having the stun gun is more than just running into somebody's face, stunning them, and then hoping they can't aim. So, as I said, having the stun gun after that first target can allow you to escape situations where you might otherwise get trapped or die. So let's say I fight this target right here, right? I do some damage to him, I take him out, but in the process, I take quite a bit of damage. This guy right here is pushing me, right? I don't want to fight him, maybe I just run into him. I don't want to stun gun and start engaging. Instead, I'm going to use that stun gun so he can't use gadgets, and I'm going to run away. I know this might not seem like, why would you do that? Use the stun gun while you have the advantage, but I'm telling you, especially heavies that have charge and slam, hit them with a stun gun. A medium that's trying to chase you with a shotgun, hit him with a stun gun. Even other light players, if I kill his friend and I see his light buddy coming, let's say I kill this guy right here, and I know his friend's coming around that corner and I'm hurt, all I'm gonna do is stun gun him, run away, find cover, get my health back, and then engage that target. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but I promise you, try this in game and it will definitely save your life. Next up at number 3, we have the Airborne stun gun. Now in my opinion, I think the stun gun should only be used as an opportunistic tool, aka most of your kills should not be coming from you running up into people's faces, stun gunning them, and then hoping they miss their shots. The stun gun should only be used in engagements where you already have the advantage to win more. Essentially, we're turning a very good engagement on your side into a virtually unwinnable one for our enemy. And that's what we're doing with this. I know that was a bit of a ramble, but I do think it's important to preface why this is important. So as I said in tip number 1, you have perfect hipfire accuracy when using the stun gun. Well, as you can see here, if we jump, we also have perfect in-air accuracy, and that's really important. Once again, as I said, we want to push the advantage that we have as far as possible over our enemy. Most of the time when people are looking for people, right, they're running around, they're looking at eye level. Not very often are they looking at rooftops unless they're looking down from a rooftop for opponents. If we take the stun gun, jump on a target from a rooftop, first of all, if you get hit from above, most people panic, add a stun on top of that, there's virtually no way they win that engagement unless we mess up. So if we have a target right here, very simple, drop down, hit them with that stun gun, get on them and do damage. Most people are going to be so confused because they don't know where you are, they're looking around, you came from above, so a lot of the time you can get behind them. This is a very strong technique and I highly recommend you give it a try. Next up at number 4, we have some do nots. Now I hinted at this at number 2 when we talked about our defensive stun gun. So this one right here, right, there's a couple things I say do not do. The first one, stop running around with your stun gun equipped, right? I know it looks like a gun, I know it's cool to stun gun people, but what'll happen once again, if you don't get the drop on somebody, let's say this guy starts shooting me and I flick over and I miss, 1, now I have to swap over, I missed a shot, he's not stunned, I'm basically guaranteed to lose that fight. So generally speaking, as I said, the stun gun should be something that you swap to. If I see this target, right, he's not shooting at me, he doesn't see me. This time, maybe I don't engage him. It's an opportunistic tool. He doesn't see me, I then swap to the stun gun, hit him, ensure that I hit my shot and I don't panic. That way, once again, I can turn that fight in my favor. The other option that I see all too often, once again, let's say I'm fighting a target and maybe I'm losing, right? This guy's shooting me, I can't hit my shots, you know, I'm missing everything, he's beating me up, I'm reloading. People will swap over to the stun gun while they're reloading and try to take out a target. And you might hit them, but if you're reloading, when you swap back, you still have to finish that reload. All you're doing is hurting your time to kill even more. So to reiterate, don't run around with the stun gun equipped. Also, if you're losing a duel, don't swap to it. Just keep trying to win that fight or just run away. And finally, at number 5, we have the weapons that I would not use with the stun gun. These do not synergize, they are not good, please do not use them. You can argue in the comments, that's fine, this is just my opinion. The first one we have is the sword. Now there's a very important reason for this. You might argue, well, why not use it? You can just stun gun somebody, run up, use the light attack and take them out, right? That is an option. However, and this is no offense to you, you're probably not very good with the sword if that's what you're doing. Most sword players who use it frequently know the money is in the heavy attack. You can do the dash, you know, combine the two, do that, and 2-shot targets. That also helps you move around faster. However, if I'm using the stun gun and I run up to this target, stun them, I have to pull my sword out, then go for the dash. And this is bad because it's alerting the target to where you are. What makes the sword strong in a lot of ways is it's really tough to really know what the heck's going on. I know when I get rushed by a sword player and they like dash through me and are moving around really fast, I don't know what's happening. But if they stun me and they're like, hey, look at me, I'm over here, I'm gonna get you with the sword, I know exactly what's happening and I have more time to react. So don't use the sword. For a similar reason, we also have the dagger. Once again, if you're using the dagger, you're probably trying to be stealthy. Some people like to do the dash, you can go for the backstabs and things like that. Some people like to use the cloaking device so they can sneak up on targets, but similar concept. If I have the dagger, I'm running behind you and I go, oh, there goes stun gun, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna run behind you and backstab you. Unless you're fighting actual idiots, it's just not gonna happen. You're letting them know where you are, please don't do it. And finally, we have the recurve bow. Now this one you might think is kind of weird, but because you have to charge the bow, rather than swapping over to the stun gun, shooting the target, swapping back over, hitting my bow, or charging it rather, then trying to hit the target, you could just charge the bow and hit the target and then follow up with a second shot. If you are using the stun gun defensively, and this goes for all 3 weapons, that is completely fine. However, if you're only using the stun gun to be defensive, you'd probably be better off with a different gadget. At least that's just my opinion. Anyways, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below, as well as if you thought I missed anything. This video was a little bit difficult to make because, to be honest with you, there is a bit of nuance, but generally the stun gun is pretty simple, so hopefully I covered everything. But please, let me know if I missed it. Anyways, I'm not going to keep you here in the intro. I want to keep the video length down, so I'm going to head out of here. Anyways, guys, this has been Combo for the 3rd time. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you for the support recently on my videos. You guys are the best. And yeah, peace out, everybody. Later.